What's going on, people? It's your boy, MrBucketlist, and here we are today doing my first actual podcast in a way on my YouTube channel, and just kind of give my thoughts on COVID-19 and the cruising and going forward. Now, before I get started, I want to say thank you all to the ones that sent me the support about my health issues. For the most part, I am getting over them. I'm still got some ways to go, but thankfully, you all have been hanging in with my channel, so I really appreciate it. Now, just of course, since my last actual video, my last major video, which was my solo cruising review, a lot of things in the world has changed. I mean, of course, COVID-19 has kind of taken over the world, and then now it's getting kind of relaxed again, and then we really don't know where it's going to go from here. And then, of course, at least here in America, and honestly all around the world, there's been a lot of different protests about injustice, things like that. And so with those large crowds, of course, scientists and doctors are now saying that COVID definitely could be seen around too. So again, we really don't know where it's going to go from there. But what I want to do is, like I said, give my input on COVID and cruising. This is not going to be a weekly and bi-weekly thing like a lot of other YouTubers are getting into. This is just honestly going to be my one opinion, at least for cruising, as far as how COVID-19 is going to affect things, at least in my opinion. Now, before I get to that, I want to go back to the other YouTubers that are making those weekly videos. And to me, it gets on my nerves and kind of upsets me because these are YouTubers I wouldn't say look up to, but I watch them at least when I'm about to go on to a cruise. I watch them frequently just to kind of get my hopes up and just get excited about their different experiences. Excuse me. And for them to constantly be making videos about things they don't really have any true facts on, it just really upsets me. It feels like they're taking advantage of their large subscriber base just to put out daily content, and it sucks. For me, I mean, if you all check out my channel, I do reviews, I do tips, because I've actually been there. I've been through these situations. I've been doing these different parks and cruises. I always tell you the good and the bad because I've actually done it, and it's not based off of speculation and assumptions. So that just really, really kind of upsets me because some of my favorite cruise YouTubers are just literally, they'll make a video, top 10, such and such this, and then a week later they'll have to go back on it because things change. It's just, it frequently keeps happening. It's like, why make these videos if they're going to be irrelevant literally in a couple of days? So I'm not going to be that type of YouTuber. I have plenty more reviews of things that I've done in the past and current that I can easily put up on YouTube. Like I said, I've been under the weather, so I haven't had a chance to. But I definitely will, to keep you all informed, and it won't be based off assumptions. Now, with that said, as far as my actual feelings on COVID-19, from my previous video I did do, you all saw that my cruise was not affected. But I will tell you this, literally, after I got off the cruise ship and while I was getting off, certain things like they called it high touch point areas, like foosball tables and the pool tables and the basketball court, and some of the slides, they were all getting cordoned off. And then eventually I went on Facebook and I saw one of the groups I was in, this was the case for people's entire cruises. They had certain areas where you just couldn't go because they were considered high touch point areas. So they just had them just closed down or blocked off from the guest. So, I mean, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and speculate and say, oh, this could be the future. This is what actually happened. Now, of course, this was back in March, right when the pandemic was really getting into full swing. But you never know. I mean, that could be the standard going forward. It could not be. I'm not going to sit here and tell you this is what I think. This is not what I think. We just have to kind of wait and see. Now, as far as my cruising going forward, so I did have a cruise in May that got canceled. And then I have one coming up in December on the Oasis of the Seas. And so this cruise was going to be somewhat special for me because, one, this is going to be my first time on Royal Caribbean. Two, on the Oasis of the Seas, which is, of course, a really, really just, everyone talks about that ship. So I was really excited to get on that ship. And three, this was going to be my first family cruise. Now, for me, honestly, I'm not excited about that cruise and whatsoever, and I wouldn't really have an issue if it gets canceled for a couple of reasons. I don't want a slimmed down experience. A lot of people, they're like, oh, get me on a cruise ship no matter what. I'll take the mask. I'll do this and do that. I'm not that person. I've seen slimmed down experiences from working at theme parks. It's no point in paying all that money to go on a cruise when you're literally getting half of what you paid for. It makes zero sense to me. Now I know some people say, well, I only go on a cruise once or twice in my life, and I'm not going to cancel it for nothing. If you're one of those people, I mean, go for it. I'm not going to fault you at it, but I'm not one of those type of people where, I mean, this is a one-time thing. I can wait. There's a lot of other things I can do out here besides cruising, so I don't have to kind of waste my money on an experience I didn't necessarily pay for. Now, as far as first-time cruises, this is extremely important because, again, you don't want to be that first-time cruiser where you go on a cruise and you're like, oh, this is boring. There's nothing to do. It's nothing but old people, nothing but young people. Whatever you don't like, you don't want to be that, go on that cruise ship and literally have those type of experience with COVID still being an issue. And then, I mean, you never want to cruise again. So I really, really hope that my first-time cruisers that do watch this channel and this video, please, I mean, if you really want to go on a cruise, just wait. Don't look at these cheap ticket prices and say, oh, yeah, it's a good time to go and this and that. Just don't do it. Just wait until cruising is truly, fully back to normal and there's no really restrictions, at least no serious restrictions like there possibly will be going forward, at least for the time being. Now, and then another reason why I just want to say that I'm not really too excited about Oasis of the Seas, unfortunately, is because it is a family cruise. I'm so used to cruising solo now. I mean, it's such paradise and going with my family, especially with my two young nephews and then my sisters. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to enjoy it, not to mention I'm having issues with my entire family for reasons I'm not going to get into right now. But it's just, I don't want to go because they're going to be with them, and then not to mention because I'm going to be, like I said, not doing my usual, which is solo cruising. So hopefully things improve in my family if we ever actually have that communication open again and things like that. But again, like I said, we'll see. So kind of wrap things up. Like I said, I'm not going to be doing daily updates on COVID-19 when it comes to cruising or just anything in general. I think you all have enough stress with the protests, the riots, the racism, all the stuff that's going on right now. I don't want to be a channel to add to the politics and all that stuff because I'm not that person. I'm here about vacation and vacation only and doing bucket lists. That's the name of my channel, and that's what I stick to. So when it comes to actual cruising going forward, like I said, I don't want to speculate. I just don't really know. And to be honest with you, all I can tell you is I can guarantee you it will not be the same. So this is the time period when I want to hear what you all think. Kind of first starting with the YouTubers that have basically said, oh, cruise is starting in May, then it's starting in June, now it's starting in July. What do you think about those type of videos? I mean, are they helpful? Do you enjoy them? Do you kind of feel misled sometimes? What do you think? And then also, when it comes to this cruising in general with the COVID going on, do you have any cruises coming up that you plan to reschedule? Do you plan to still go? Do you want to cancel them? Do you even feel comfortable anymore going on a cruise ship? Let me know in the comments below. Let's get a good little discussion going on. I hope you all enjoyed this little podcast I put together. Like I said, this is my first time just trying something different while I'm still under the weather. Until then, I'll see you next time. Peace out.